Alright, so right now I'm helping one of my friends who is a fitness coach, weight loss coach to be a little bit more specific, pretty much scale his offer. And he's been running a bunch of different ads, trying a bunch of different stuff. And he has all the information and all the knowledge that he needs to scale, but he's still stuck. And after hopping on a one-on-one, we came to the conclusion that the biggest bottleneck right now for him is lead quality and competing on price. And this is also known as commoditization, and I see so many coaches and agency owners stuck in this trap. So in this video, I want to address it, show you guys what I told him and what the way to escape this is. This is the exact process that we take all of our clients through, including Antonio, who's closing 6.5k packages through the DMs right now for his coaching offer, and then he added 20k in revenue just last month alone. The basis of that was us going through pretty much what I'm about to show you and making sure that he could charge those sort of numbers through the DMs and that he wasn't being commoditized as so many people are right now. Alright, so if you're being commoditized right now, how do you actually solve this issue? Alright, so what I found is that the price that you can charge depends on 3 key variables. Okay, and that is the value in your offer, the level of pain that the prospect is in, and then how different and unique your solution is from the other solutions in the marketplace. Alright, and I want to break down each one of these for you step by step. And what I found is that if somebody is being commoditized, they are missing at least one of these. Usually it's more. Usually people don't think about this third one that I'm about to show you. But basically, if you dial in all 3 of these and you do it right, you will no longer be commoditized. And if you're being commoditized right now, you'll be able to 4x your prices. So the first principle, which is probably the most sort of famous one and known one, which is what Alex Hormozi popularized, is just the value in your offer. Okay, but I still want to break this down because it's going to serve as the foundation for everything else we do. Okay, because this is more to do with your offer. Okay. And then these 2 and 3, are more to do with your actual messaging and your actual positioning, okay? And so a lot of people know this, but not many people know this, but this is still the foundation. Think of this variable as the foundation, and then variables 2 and 3 as the secret sauce, all right? But basically, the more value you provide, the more you can charge, okay? Simple, right? And to add value to your offer, you can use Alex Hormozi's value equation, right? You've definitely seen this on YouTube somewhere, okay? It's your dream outcome. You want this to be as big as possible. Perceived likelihood of achievement. So do these people trust you? Do these people believe that you're actually going to deliver them the results? Do you have client results to back up that you know what you're talking about and that you've done it before? You want this to be as high as possible. Okay, this is also branding too. If your brand just looks super solid, you have high quality content, you have branded content, like the perceived likelihood of achievement is just going to go up. That's just how it is. Time delay, you want this to be as low as possible. Okay, people want stuff as fast as they possibly can get it. And then effort and sacrifice is second variable that is down here, and that also needs to be as slow as possible. Okay, people want things and they want them without having to expend any energy to get it, right? So you can do things like incorporate done for you elements into your offer. Okay, sort of like what I'm doing. I'm going to be able to charge a premium because I do a lot of the work for my clients instead of it just being a course or instead of it being a coaching program. Okay, and then basically the more you focus on this, the more value you're going to provide. All right. So basically, here is the framework, okay? You want to give people what they want, okay? So a dream outcome. You want to make it surer, right, which is trust, to make them believe that they're actually going to get it. You want to make it easier for them to get it. And then you want to make it faster for them to get it, okay? And if you do that, then you're going to be on your way to having a really valuable offer, okay? And then the second part of this is actually building a product that bridges the whole gap for somebody, all right? Because if you are selling a workout program or a workout plan, right, literally just a workout plan, that isn't going to bridge the whole gap from where someone is to where they want to go. People aren't paying for a workout program. They want to pay for the transformation that it brings, okay? And the transformation won't be brought by that workout program because you're not bridging the whole gap, okay? If I just did lead generation, that isn't going to bridge the whole gap for somebody. If I just help somebody build up their offer, that isn't going to bridge the whole gap, okay? I need to do foundation, I need to do lead generation, I need to do backend to get somebody to their desired state. So if right now you're selling a workout program, a course, or even just consulting, you aren't bridging the whole gap. AKA, you're not providing your clients with the solution that they're seeking. So the perceived likelihood of achievement goes down, and it goes down to pretty much 0 because you literally can't get somebody there unless they have all these other aspects covered. So if somebody's here, and then I sell them that lead generation, which is what they've been lacking, of course you're going to get to the desired state. But that is still not going to allow me to charge as much because I didn't bridge the full gap. I just bridged a part of the gap. And we don't want to provide less value to someone than we can possibly provide because that's going to mean that we're going to be able to charge less. All right, so in order for you to charge high ticket, your product must bridge the full gap from your client's current state to their desired state. All right. So an example that I'm going to use to help you understand this better is going to be me. Okay. So I used to sell short form content, right? Like editing, video ideas, hooks, all that sort of stuff. But I was stuck because the mechanism that I was using to get results for my clients wasn't bridging the gap. Okay. Because I brought them attention, right? Maybe if the algorithm let me. And then what about converting that attention? What about the offer? What about the backend? If somebody didn't have these variables dialed, I'm not going to get them what they need in order to help them get to their dream outcome. Okay, I'm literally bridging. This is my arrow. Okay, if somebody's here, yes, I can help them, but it's not going to bridge the full gap. So I wasn't able to charge as much. I had worse client results because I just offered less value than I possibly could to my clients. Okay, and if you want to charge high ticket, you can't afford to do that, right? So I literally rebuilt my product into something that bridges the whole gap. This video explains my product in depth. I'm gonna boop up a card here if I don't forget. It's on my YouTube. It's literally a video breaking down my entire process, like 40 minutes long, goes really in depth. So if you want to get a better idea of my product, you can go in there. This what I'm breaking down right now is obviously part of it, but this will give you more of a high level overall overview. And then the second thing that impacts how much you can actually charge is the level of pain that your prospect is in. So what I want you to realize is that if there is no problem to be solved, then there's no sale. Okay, everything in the sale is predicated on the fact that a problem has to exist. And then you have to be able to solve that problem, okay? And then the larger the problem is, the larger the sale will be, okay? Or the higher the probability that the sale will occur, right? So your prospect's level of pain will depend on things like your niche, obviously, how long they've actually been searching for a solution to their problem, okay, and stuff like that. But we don't control that. So we don't want to focus on it, right? So what we want to focus on is, as the Stoics say, focus on what you control. So let's do that. So what we can do is we can speak about their pains and their desires in our content to make our prospects aware of these pains and of these desires. And the more they hear them, the more aware of them they are. Naturally, the more they're going to desire the transformation, the more their pain is going to be magnified in their head. That's just naturally how it works. Okay. So instead of just speaking about the top 3 tips to, lose weight, speak about the life transformation. Okay, which is the real pain. The real pain is that, let's say you're a weight loss coach, like my friend, the real pain is that they're not confident. They hate the way that they look. It's all emotional stuff. It's that they have trouble walking potentially. Okay, those are the real pains. Okay, and if you're actually trying to help somebody, then it makes sense to talk about those pains. And then desires as well. Okay, so as I said, like when somebody hears someone, aka you, talking about their pains and desires all the time, the pain and desire is naturally going to become bigger. Okay, and when you are the one person who is speaking about these pains and desires, you are naturally going to be the person that they go to when they need that problem solved. All right, marketing is all about asking the question, how does the market feel? Okay, and the person who can do that, who can answer that question the best, will always win. Okay, so how do you speak to these desires and these pains? First, you have to ask yourself what these pains and desires are. Okay, so you actually have to know your market. All right, and this is where, market research is unavoidable. And if you're trying to avoid a market research right now, it's impossible. But if you're a coach, your market research shouldn't be that hard because you should literally just be helping a, younger or potentially a version of you that isn't as far on the road as you are right now. Okay, so literally think, what did you feel when you were in that state that you're helping somebody get out of? All right, and that will be your market research pretty much. But then what you do is you orchestrate your content around those pains and those desires. All right, and something that's very important that I want you to realize is that a desire isn't necessarily losing weight. That's actually how you become commoditized, okay? Because the desire is actually what the weight loss will bring, okay? The weight loss is the plain flight, and what the weight loss brings, so like better sleep, greater confidence, longer life, ease of movement, etc., that's the destination. And you've definitely heard the saying, sell the destination, not the airplane, okay? And this is a technique that the airline industry, they've made billions off this technique, okay? And, because it works, because it applies, okay? You don't want to sell the plane flight, you want to sell the destination. When you sell the mechanism, aka weight loss, which is literally the mechanism to getting to the destination, you become a commodity. Because then you start competing with everyone else in the industry selling the same mechanism. But when you sell the outcome or the destination, naturally, the pain becomes magnified, the desire becomes magnified. You increase the value of your offer because you start marketing what the people actually want. And you eliminate competition because you can speak about the pains and desires of your prospect in the context of your own story, which makes you irreplaceable. And this is something that we're going to get into is step 3, right? But it's eliminating competition, all right? And when you speak of the pains and desires and you incorporate your own story into what you're actually saying, that will make you irreplaceable. And when you're irreplaceable, you can charge premium pricing, okay? So stop the 3 tips to lose weight content. Like people who are actually willing to pay you the big bucks for your solution, they're not looking for that sort of content. Like, look at it from my example. I'm not making the top 3 ways to make money fast, okay? The people who make that sort of content, they're selling low-ticket products because they can't attract the high-quality fits for their offer. When you make content like the top 3 tips to make money, you attract the lower end of the market, or maybe people who aren't as advanced yet, people who haven't been searching for the solution long enough, okay? And you attract lower-quality people, so you can't charge high ticket. So these people who make these type of content, they sell low-ticket products, okay? Naturally. If you want to sell high-ticket product, You actually have to hit on these pains and actually have to connect with your audience by showing that you actually understand them. By answering this question, where's the question? By answering this question, how does the market feel best? This is the most important thing in marketing. And then the third variable that influences how much you're actually able to charge is if you're perceived as unique and different from the competition, or just how much competition do you have in general. If you're not perceived as different to your competition, that means that you have competition. And when you have competition, you lose, all right? And you will always be forced to compete on price against the people you are similar to, all right? So imagine this, right? All these people, they are exactly the same. This is the people doing the, top 3 tips to lose weight fast content. They're all the people selling weight loss. They are all your competitors. And if you're watching this video, you're probably one of these people. They're all in a red ocean. These people do not make any money whatsoever. Okay? If you know who Peter Thiel is, Peter Thiel, he is the co-founder of PayPal. And what he says is literally competition is for losers. When you compete, you don't compete against your competition. You compete all your profits away. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are a monopoly. You want to make sure that you are in an ocean where you don't have any competition. So you want to be perceived as different and unique from the competition, because you will always be forced to compete on price against the people who you are similar to, right? So our goal is to not be similar to anyone, because then there's nobody to compare us with. So how do you actually get yourself to be perceived as different? All right, now there's a couple steps. There's probably more than what I have here, but I couldn't fit more into this video. But basically this is going to give you a very solid foundation. Okay, and if you implement all this and if you do it right, like, you're going to be out of the red ocean. You're going to be this little person in this boat right here. All right. So the first thing is your USP, aka your unique selling proposition. All right. And your USP is basically the main reason or the main incentive to sign on with your offer, with your product, or with your service. All right. And it's basically an angle or position that you take in the market to find your corner of people that resonate with that claim. All right. And now, as the name suggests, right, like unique, all right, your USP needs to be a USP that nobody else has. All right. And most people in red oceans do not have this. You're just selling weight loss. Okay, that's it. Right. And a USP can be your unique mechanism. So like you can give it a cool name, like sort of what I've done, like PAD protocol. It can be a part of your product. Okay, so like I have points of leverage. I'm not gonna type this out, like points of leverage. Or the way you deliver your product, which is basically like your product, right? Your product can actually be your USP if you actually built a product that nobody else has. Okay, which I also have. Like on my product, the way I deliver my product, I have not seen anybody in the industry doing what I'm doing. Okay, and delivering the mechanism in the way that I'm delivering it. Okay, and talking about the stuff that I'm talking about. Okay, so I've really tried to dial in my USP. Okay, and I've done all 3 of these. If you do one, that's fine. That's probably enough. But like an example is me, right? Like I have 3. I have a cool name. I have a part of my product that's completely different. And then my product itself and how I deliver it is also different. Next thing you can do, or what you should do, to be honest, is having an enemy, right? So to be perceived as different, you need to have an enemy to contrast yourself against, okay? Because when you're like, my mechanism is the best, right? Compared to who? You have to have somebody to compare yourself against to actually show how your mechanism is better than that competitor, okay? So for example, my enemy is B2B coaches and copy and paste agencies, okay? Because like they are my competitors and I genuinely believe that my product is better than them. And by showing their flaws, I'm able to position myself as unique and therefore better. You never want to be better than somebody, okay? You always want to be unique, because unique is automatically going to be thought of as better. And you can automatically say that you're better because you're different, because there's nothing to compare you against, okay? Because there's no competition. So a fitness example is you can throw stones at keto, you can throw stones at intermittent fasting, and you can throw stones at intuitive eating, you can throw stones at anything you want. Whatever isn't your, mechanism, you can throw stones at. If you're a proponent of keto, you can throw stones at anything else, okay? And it works in every single direction, okay? Everything can be positioned as unique, and therefore everything can be positioned as better. The main thing is just having an enemy that you can establish yourself as better than, all right? And what I would say is don't have too many enemies. Probably if you have one and you just really dial in that one enemy, that's probably the best case scenario, because when you have that, what happens is the people who really hate that solution, they really resonate with you and they buy from you. Whereas once you try to throw stones at everybody, once you try to take everybody on, at that point, not that many people actually resonate because you're not speaking directly to those people, okay? And you really want to establish your little corner of the market, or let's say this is the market. Like, you want to find your little corner. And once you try to occupy many corners, you lose that edge, okay? That's the way I want you to think about it. The next thing you want to do is you want to be connecting with your audience, right? So what we got to realize is that the one thing that is truly irreplaceable is you. Okay, there's nothing else. Okay, somebody can copy your unique mechanism name. They can copy your product. They can copy your USP, right? But something that they can't copy is you, right? So leverage you, right? The more you connect with your audience, the more they will trust you and like you, and that means they are more likely to actually buy from you. All right, fitness or weight loss coaching is not the niche. You are the niche. Okay, and I just want to say, like, I'm using fitness as an example because it's easy. Okay, I hope that all of you understand fitness. If I just used, like, I don't know, sales as an example, a lot of you might not understand that, so I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible. So how do we actually connect with your audience? There's a couple things you can do, right? The main thing is like sharing your personal stories, kind of like I'm doing here. I'm speaking from my own experience. No one else can make a piece of content that they talk to one of their friends who is a fitness coach and break down what they talked about. Nobody else can use this case study that I just used in this video. Okay, you want to incorporate elements that nobody else can incorporate into their videos to, make you become the niche. Especially if you're a coach, since you've literally gone through what your prospects are going through right now, this is a must. Okay, you can make like 10 different YouTube videos going over your story, just tackling it from different angles, breaking a whole bunch of beliefs, hitting on the pains, hitting on the desires, and that is going to really make people connect with you, and that is really going to separate you from everybody else in the marketplace. Okay, because your story is one that nobody else can replicate because nobody else has gone through it. And nobody else will understand your ideal prospect as well as you, because you're the one that was actually once in their shoes. And then sharing personal beliefs. So here we have stories, and then next we have beliefs. Okay, so I know I gotta do more of this. Okay, but this is basically like your hobbies, your thoughts, your pastimes, your pets, anything that resembles you that nobody else has. Okay, I don't, I'm not great at it, but like, trust me, it may seem hypocritical right now, but I know I gotta get on this. And when you do this, there will literally be nobody like you out there. And when you combine that with having a valuable product, selling to people who have a painful problem to solve, like I said, it will be unreasonable for you not to charge high ticket, even the most saturated market, like the coaches coaching coaches, or agencies targeting coaches, or fitness. Okay, and all these targeted markets, if you just follow these principles and actually put in the time to differentiate yourself, commoditization won't be a problem. All right, so I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I really hope you got value. I spent a shit ton of time making this video. As you can see here, like, what is this? These are my notes when making this video. But yeah, this took a long time to script. I really hope you guys got value out of it. As I said, if you want to learn what I actually do, then I recommend checking this video out. I'm gonna drop like a little card up here so you can learn more about what it is I actually do. Or if you've seen this video, if you know what I'm about, or if you just wanna see if I can personally help you scale, implement all of this, but also much more, then I want to leave a link to book a call with me in the description of this video if you enjoyed it. And you want to see if I can help you, do that. If not, that's fine. Go ahead and watch this video. But that's it from me. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe. If you got value, there's a bunch more coming and you're not going to want to miss it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.